I'm not cool and I'm not with it. I'm not hip with the kids. You know, the kids are having that naked sex now. Are you aware of this naked sex the kids are having? There's no socks on or nothing. They don't even fold the socks. They just boom, sling it right in the floor there. I'll send you a link. There's naked sex on the internet now, which I don't really. I know, Odie. Who knew, right?
He'll never give up, he'll stay till the fight's won. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen, your wacky next door neighbor. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen. Yowza.
Whoa. WrestleMania, fighting to survive. Pump it up, pump it up. Hey, remember that one we all hated? Hey, Odie, how you doing, buddy? This is the blah yelling noises. I'm not doing this a third time. Thanks, Bob Squatter, for joining me. We're doing night one of WrestleMania. It just happened minutes ago. It started at 4 p.m. Pacific time in the Pacific, as it should, and that's where I live. I live in the Pacific, just all of it. Yeah, wild and wacky, wild, whack, whatever. Wacky next door neighbor. We're just doing the wrestling part for right now. That's what your wacky next door neighbor was doing. He was watching WrestleMania, daddy. Let's get this out of the way. Notes. Hi, buddy. No This is Odie. You know Odie? Yeah, hi. He's my guy. My well man. He's my well man. He's my grumpy little fellow. Yes, he is. Yeah, what are we talking about? Yes. I didn't watch the pre-show for WrestleMania Night 1. It's too much stuff. I already watched too much wrestling. I saw some SmackDown on the Hulu edition of SmackDown, not enough commercial interruptions earlier today. And I watched the Hall of Fame last night with Paul Heyman giving the best Hall of Fame speech, preceded by, or followed by one of the worst Hall of Fames. And not well spoken right now. That's a bummer, right? It's good for a stand-up comedian. You don't need to be well spoken. This was, you know how some WrestleManias have nicknames? WrestleMania Play Button was one a few years. No, there was a pirate theme like 2 years in a row. There was back in the day. There was Stars and Stripes Forever at WrestleMania 7. The Mega Powers Explode for 5. The Ultimate Challenge for 6. All these WrestleManias had a tagline. I hope this one is WrestleMania Weather Report, because the fun of this was Michael Cole between every match. Not just telling us what the temperature was in Philadelphia, which is very cold, to be outdoors nevertheless, but also telling us what it feels like. So he would tell us it's 52, but it feels 47 Fahrenheit. Okay, this is America. Fahrenheit. I don't deal with all the other wacky temperatures. Okay, who won the war? Also, what war? Be that as it may, I enjoyed WrestleMania Weather Report, and I want every WrestleMania from here on in to be have regular weather reports done by Michael Cole. Be that as it may, let's carry on with night one of WeatherMania. WeatherMania. See, that would have been a good one. The Star-Spangled Banner, it's the anthem of America. It's one of the national anthems. It's, I think it's 2 behind Welcome to the Jungle and 3 after I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. A lady sang it. She was pretty good, but a lot of people don't know that the WWE's feed over in Japan for the Japanese fans, they also sang a national anthem, and that one got 6 stars. Okay? Triple H showed up and walked down the aisle, and he said, "This is what I live for," which is hilarious because he's also like a parent of 3, but anyway, he lives for this. Becky Lynch showed up, and her introduction is excerpts from her book. Her intro package was a commercial for her book. Buy her book. She wrestles Rhea Ripley, and everyone on the internet liked this entrance, and I didn't because I'm not cool and I'm not with it. I'm not hip with the kids. You know, the kids are having that naked sex now. Are you aware of this naked sex the kids are having? There's no socks on or nothing. They don't even fold the socks. They just boom, sling it right in the floor there. I'll send you a link. There's naked sex on the internet now, which I don't really. I know, Odie. Who knew, right? Anyway, Rhea Ripley has her song played by a lead singer. A bunch of dorks are playing her song, and the singer's like singing way too close to her. Like I didn't understand. Anyway, Becky Lynch is dressed like a bottle of Budweiser, and both Becky and Rhea have Ultimate Warrior face paint. I don't know why, but I gotta talk about this, and this is gonna be fun. For the first time ever, Vince McMahon's rolling over in his grave. The ring mat has an advertisement in the middle. It's the Prime energy drink. The turnbuckles say Prime on them, and the ring posts and the barricades change between every match with different advertisements. So that was fun. There's advertisements. What was this one? Oh, and this one on a ring post, it had dude wipes. So it's like a sanitation thing for your butthole. And so when you're enjoying your WrestleMania snacks and your WrestleMania food and your desserts and your treats, think about dudes wiping their asses. I'm gonna say something crazy. I like this match better than last year's Rhea versus Charlotte, and I will tell you why. Rhea and Charlotte last year, I can't even think of who the heel and face was or was supposed to be, and it was all ass backwards. They were pushing Charlotte, not pushing, but she was already over, but Charlotte was, I think, technically the baby face in the feud, but they were all cheering Ripley anyway, Rhea Ripley anyway, because no one really was feeling it. And this now, Rhea was the heel, and everyone was just cheering the heels all the time. And they weren't booing Becky, but they were pulling for Rhea still. Rhea was their champion in many ways. I don't think it was an extreme case of Becky getting booed out of the building as a babyface. No. She was liked, and I still thought they gave Becky a lot. I think they did, and Becky worked really hard. Apparently, she was really sick this week, had strep throat and 102-degree fever at one point. And that's what they say on the announcing, so I'll go with it. I'm sure she was sick to some degree, I'm sure. So she worked hard, and Becky is not the athlete Charlotte is, but Becky is she's tough, she's gritty, and you should dress like a bottle of Budweiser. But so her and Rhea had a great back and forth. We at least knew who the heel and face were supposed to be, where I felt like Rhea and Charlotte were busting their asses and killing each other, but working really hard and doing big moves. And I never liked the way Charlotte took Rhea's finish off the second and sold it with the laughing, haha, you got me type of. I thought Charlotte should have played dead. And Becky was willing to do that way more for Rhea than Charlotte was last year, in my opinion. Rhea Ripley wins. Yes, spoilers, come on now, wrestling fans. Let's not be stupid here. There we go. 6 tag teams show up to climb a ladder. The DUI team is dressed like DX because R-Truth is confused, so the team humored him in his... The Miz and R-Truth, speaking of which, are next to enter. The British tag team of Bait and Switch and the Theory Waller team and the New Day and what's his name? Xavier Woods is dressed like Apollo Creed. Cool, because it's Philadelphia, so there's a lot of Rocky references and yada yada yada. Very nice. And the Judgment Day enters 6 of the 6 teams, of course, because they are the defending champions, and they have silly masks. So I guess the idea is this match has 2 falls and 1 fall, or it's not over until all 4 of the tag belts have been grabbed hanging from the ceiling. So you can grab both belts and take the SmackDown and Raw championships, or one team can win one team can win the other. The Judgment Day can retain both or just retain one, so there's possibilities, right? There's possibilities, Odie's possibilities of belly rubs, and you're gonna get your belly rubbed. He's got his belly rubbed, he loves his bellies. So that was that. It's what you think it was. I don't know if it's a detriment yet, but at least as a fan, the fun of Pat McAfee is him opening his mouth and sometimes pointing out how stupid the rules are. So the British bait and switch team, they each climb up a ladder, which is not in the ring, but next to the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. And they're going to do moonsaults in stereo into different piles of humans. And Pat McAfee points out that why would you set up a ladder anywhere but the middle of the ring? It doesn't make any sense. And he's 100% correct. It didn't make any sense. You will get your neck scratched. Neck scratched. Okay. Belly. You're a good little man. You're a good man. Yes, he is. Grayson Waller, who's Australian, and Austin Theory, who is not. They win the SmackDown things first. They get those, and then Waller takes that wacky bump like through a ladder, which is bridged on a ring apron, hardest part of the ring, and the barricade, and that's where it always folds, and you could see it was like wooden at some point. Whatever, I don't really care. But anyway, so they win the thing, and then they're out. So okie dokie. Very good. And Judgment Day went back and forth with R-Truth, and there was a lot of big things. Johnny Gargano is in this match, and he jumped from the ring over to the ring apron, hardest part of the ring, and DDT'd someone through a table. Maybe it was Theory. I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. But everyone took turns falling off ladders and going through tables. Oh, Judgment Day guy, J.D. McDonough, Judgment Day McDunfor. He shows up to try to screw R-Truth. Crowd is solidly behind R-Truth. The announcers point out R-Truth has never won at WrestleMania. Judgment Day screws R-Truth somehow, but then he gets knocked off the ladder and falls through a table, and he's out of commission. And R-Truth is doing the John Cena moves, and they do the hot tag. I don't like how Pat McAfee says hot tag on commentary, but it doesn't matter anymore at this stage of the game. It's over. So they do the spot where R-Truth tags Miz, even though he doesn't need to. Hi, buddy. Water is good for you. It prevents fatigue and headaches. Hydration is key. R-Truth wins. Him and Miz win the Raw championships. So Miz and Truth are the new tag champs on Raw. The SmackDown new champs are Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So the Judgment Day will have something to fight about. And as of right now, Jamie Priest still has his briefcase. Chloe, what are you doing? She's drinking water, but there's no more water in there. It's too late. You don't get waters from here until morning. You had enough. I'm not mean she has a drinking problem. Chloe has a drinking problem, okay? She drinks too much. So you have to curb her drinking habits. Right? You can't see her. She right here. Can't. Yeah, hi, baby. Hi, baby. You have a drinking problem. Yes. What are we going to do? Oh, he's licking his privates off camera, I hope. Speaking of licking privates. I don't know. Oh, this match was brought to you by Weekly American Vodka. I just want to let you know what ad you're being subjected to during all these matches. This match was brought to you by alcohol and likely booked by it as well. Some production notes, because the Triple H era has been in effect for a few months now. This is interesting, and I think I like it. And it's more noticeable in a match like this. The instant replays, a lot of them are really just saved for the end, whereas the last several years, in the Kevin Dunn world, it's replay this, replay that, replay this, and it makes everything missable. Like if I look down on my phone, or I'm up and down getting food, and I miss something, I'm urinating in my penis like a man, and I hear a big buzz. In my brain, I was like, oh, they're going to play the whatever happened to Waller. He went through a ladder. I didn't know till the end of the match. I thought he went through a table. Hi, Chloe. She's smiling at me. She's a big furry smile. I love you. They distract me a lot, the dogs, right? So, yeah. So, and then I found out, I got to wait till later to find out what the hell happened to him. I have to watch. And we're not just being bombarded by production. You just watch them sell, and the announcers are announcing. And one of the biggest, I think, bonuses of the new Triple H era of him being in charge is that no one's talking about it because we're all distracted by, The Rock's here, and in November, Orton and Punk came back on the same day, and this, that, and the other thing. The announcers are just allowed to go, and they're having fun. You can hear Michael Cole's smile, okay? They're enjoying themselves. Cole, Graves, Pat McAfee, Odie, I love you. He just hugs. This is how he gives his hugs. So he gives his hugs. He's a good man. You're a good man. Yes, you are. You love your daddy. Yes, you do. Okay, buddy. Let me talk to the camera. 18 people urgently need to know what I thought about WrestleMania. Okay, so you stay there. Dominic Mysterio tag teams with Escobar, Santos. This is the third match in a row in a show, and the third match in a row with the Judgment Day members. They fight Andrade and Rey Mysterio in a tag match. Honestly, this felt a little bit like a tag team match that could have been on SmackDown. Nothing to write home about, and what a silly letter that would be. That would be a waste of everyone's time. Brought to you by Minute Maid Aqua Frescos Juice. So have a sugary drink to keep you awake to watch this match. Andrade comes to the ring wearing the green mask. Does he need it? Does he still need to do the I'm a luchador, I put the mask on, I take it off? He's a fairly good looking guy. The thing was, I guess originally they were teasing us it was going to be Rey Mysterio tagging with the Dragon Ball Z guy or whatever his name is, and they were gonna, and then that sucked. I'm glad they changed. It was obvious on SmackDown what they did. Andrade pretended to be with the heels, and he turns on Santos and the other guys, whatever. So Andrade's going to replace him, and Carlito shows jealousy for a second, but then he doesn't, and Carlito doesn't. So if they are planting that seed, they're doing a great job of just planting it and leaving it be. The lady with the evil luchas jumps on a ring apron, hardest part of the ring. Zelina Vega does a thing to her. It's weird that she does that. Zelina Vega just does a moonsault to her. Like, why would you just, I don't know. A lot of unnecessary moonsaults in this whole night, leading up to a relatively simple but super dramatic tag team main event. We'll get to that. This finish was perplexing. Dominic, I think, was going to use a chair, and two colossal men in masks hopped the barricade and stopped the bad guys from cheating, and it turns out they're football players for the city of Philadelphia. Like, who cares? It's a wrestling show. I didn't get it. I don't know what happens. Did the babyfaces win? Who won this match? Yeah, because they wouldn't have the football players jump in and then not be effective. Yeah, and somehow I think Rey Mysterio, he pinned Dominic or Santos, I think. Yeah, I don't know. So whatever. That was that. It felt like, last year with Ray versus Dom, this felt like a little bit of a retread. I think the whole program did. Oh, my notes. Lil Wayne is a rapper. That was hideous. That sucked. He was introduced as the greatest rapper of all time. That's not even arguably. Samantha Irvin, a ring announcer, said he's the greatest rapper of all. Lil Wayne, and he came out and he sounded like ass. And he brought out Jey Uso, who wrestled like ass. I'm sorry. Hang on. Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso, the brothers versus brothers match, the twin brothers, the match we thought we wanted for so long, and good God, we did not. This was, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everyone. This was, yikes. They did everything. A lot of just bad decisions were made. Bad decisions all around. I don't know if it's the talent or an agent or whatever, but somebody should be yelled at or hired or yell at them. Or yell at themselves. Jay and Jimmy made the terrible mistake. They decided to wrestle each other. No. This is a blood feud, pretty much. This match could have been 6-7 minutes, just brawls and a dramatic stare down, brawl finish, or whatever. This match could have been this for 6 or 7 minutes, and it would have been, instead it was however many minutes it was of a super kick, no selling gobbledygook of two guys who, let's be honest, individually they're both kind of clumsy. Jimmy insisted on wrestling with his shirt off, not advisable. neither guy is particularly coordinated. Like Jey Uso and Seth are gonna tear it down. Jey Uso and a Finn Balor or even Damian Priest this will be good. Jimmy Uso and with a Seth or a Cody, this is gonna be really good. But the two of them together is no good. Jey Uso won, I guess. Cool splash off the top, I assume. It changed direction. I mean, you'll see whenever they do the package. This is what happened to WrestleMania packages. They'll just show probably some kicks and quick edits and that finish where he does the splash off the top and he kind of changes direction a little bit. They'll show, I mean, obviously, what else are you gonna, they traded punches. It was, the people weren't into it and they shouldn't have been. And we were reminded again, it's very cold. Let me see. Oh, this match was also, I'm so sorry, this match was also brought to us by Dude Wipes. More Dude Wipes. A match you wouldn't wipe your ass with. But if you do wipe your ass with Dude Wipes. Just don't wipe your ass with this match. Damage Control, I want to marry all of them. Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. They wrestle Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill making her WrestleMania debut. Asuka mainly, but also Kairi, but mostly Asuka. I don't know if Asuka's aware she is not required to dance to her opponent's music, but it's fun. And I don't really know. Match brought to you by Wingstop. Have some chicken wings. Wingstop. Wings. Order your wings. Okay. Wings. Bianca Belair really earned her wings in this match because Bianca worked really hard to get the people fired up and back into the show, and she's definitely the best athlete on her team, probably the best natural athlete in the match. She was working her ass off, and it made sense. I think most of the heat went on Naomi, and eventually Bianca got a hot tag, and then they did a second one, of course, where they wait till then. Jade comes in there and hits the moves. Jade didn't look bad. I kind of gotta say, some of her bad AEW instincts are probably still in there because she's a face, but she's still saying some goofy stuff while she's in there. Like it's not bad that she's talking shit as a face. But she is talking. It's like she's talking the wrong kind of shit. It's a little off, but I think it'll get there. I was more really looking just to see if everything looked good but safe, and I think so. Nothing really stands out. She hit Dakota with the Glam Slam finish. And one thing I did notice between now versus AEW about this move, because she did it to Kairi Sane like a week ago on SmackDown, is that now, when she does the hook, instead of just sitting out and dropping them, she lets go, grabs her on the waist on the way down, and that gives, especially if your arms are back like that, as soon as someone lets go, your arms naturally go like that. That valuable second, she's given the person all the chance in the world to protect themselves. Is this food? There's some food on the floor, some chicken. She's letting people protect themselves on that. So good. I like that. There you go. She only knows how to do that cover where she leans back. It's kind of, you wouldn't do that. She's got in her head to do that for every situation, but I think for this it was fine. It was perfectly fine. Wingstop, get your wings. Oh, Jade Cargill, that tag wasn't legal. She was never grabbing the tag rope. Jade Cargill never grabbed the tag rope. You got to do that for legal tags, but they let it go. Bob Hansen noticed. What else? Oh, 2 more matches. Okay. This match, if you told me yesterday, if you told me today they were going to put Sammy over Gunther, I would have said you're out of your mind. And they did, and it kind of worked. It worked for me. And I didn't think it would, but I thought it was really well done. Sami Zayn is backstage with his family, and then Chad Gable talks to him briefly, And Chad Gable does the Rocky 3 line because we're in stupid Philadelphia. And Chad Gable says, "You owe me a favor," like end of Rocky 3. And I don't think anyone got it because they're not all old like me. I didn't take many notes on this. We knew it was going to be brutal, and it was. Sammy got the believable snot kicked out of him, and he fought back, and he had a bunch of heart. He has heart, and he fires up. Heart, and he fires up. Sell, fire up, sell, fire up. Sammy's a great babyface. They got his wife in ringside. There's a lot of that going on tonight. He's got his wife in ringside. Okay. And she's cheering and Sammy on and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. I think we saw her last whenever the Montreal Roman Sammy match took place a little over a year ago. I think it would not have hurt Sammy at all to lose. I thought Sammy was gonna have a victory and defeat going into this, but he ousted Gunther. He beat him. Gunther was hitting him with so many moves, getting cocky, extra splashes, extra power bombs, etc., etc. And Sammy started firing back, and I think I bought it because it wasn't that the finish was out of nowhere. It's that the beginning of the comeback was out of nowhere. And then he kept on hitting his haluvas. So out of nowhere, and it still wasn't going on too long. But he did beat Gunther. He did get the pin after one of the haluvas, and right after that, I don't know if there was any aftermath of the thing. I took the dogs for a walk so they could urinate and defecate in the grass and what have you. So I knew I would have plenty of time between Sammy's celebration and however long it would take the tag team main event to start. I knew I could get 10, probably 15 minutes worth of walk-in, and I did. So I come back, and they're playing a package about The Rock, talking about his family for the 90th time. Rock family, family Rock, blah, 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 blah. And he's got a new belt, which is not an officially recognized title belt, but it is a physical belt, the People's Championship, given to him by Muhammad Ali's wife the night before at the Hall of Fame. So how about that? So now they got belts. So now the casual viewer, Rock's no dummy. The casual viewer will watch WrestleMania because The Rock's on it, and the casual viewer will think Rock's the champion, or have it in their head that Rock is the champion because he has this belt that is not on the line. It's all visual. Anyway, Cody shows up. Speaking of belts, Cody enters the tag match first. It's Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. And this match is brought to us by American Home Shield. Oh, who gave us Sammy and Gunther? I forgot. Did I write down? I don't know. We'll just say it's dude wipes. I really don't know. Rock Roman versus Seth and Cody is brought to us by American Home Shield. And how appropriate American Home Shield is the sponsor, because half the guys in this match made up the entire Shield. Cody Rhodes gives his weight belt to his father-in-law. I guess his father-in-law was Brandy Rhodes' father. I guess made a comeback through under chemo, fighting back cancer. So he gave that to the father-in-law, which is very nice. And the father-in-law is next to Mama Rhodes, and that's when I rolled my eyes, because Cody Rhodes' mother is at ringside again. So we have to do the dramatic thing of, we have to go, Rock has to taunt Cody Rhodes' mom, and you just kind of like, okay. And I understand it's The Rock, he's 52, whatever. It's a tag, and there's family members at ringside, and we're gonna find out there's gonna be no rules. So all the bells and whistles you can to get him through it, and he was great through it. Okay. This match, I loved watching four workers work. The headlock, the tackle, go down, everyone sell it, everyone react, get up, get again, watching guys on the ring apron. Why is it that main event guys in WWE on a ring apron, hardest part of the ring, on a ring apron, they're doing more selling than regular tag teams in any of the companies are doing on the ring apron for what's going on inside the ring. Do you feel me? So I love that. And Seth took a lot of the heat in this, so Cody had plenty of time to emote and everything else. I believe it was Roman, Seth for a while, then Roman, Cody, and eventually Rock. No, it was Roman's, I don't know, whatever. But everyone paired off, and they all, I was surprised they did as much Cody Roman interaction as they did. I thought they were going to have Cody and Roman barely touch and keep that more pure for tomorrow night, but no, they went all out. They had their match already, kind of. I had to roll my eyes, but I'm not too surprised. They put holes in their own thing. Like, so The Rock is continually yelling at the referee, if you count while they're outside of the ring, meaning if you count us out, if you count, I'll fire you. Well, then what's the point of this match? The idea is if Rock and Roman win, Roman gets a no rules match with Cody tomorrow. If Cody and Seth win, Cody gets a regular rules match with Roman tomorrow. So if Rock can do all these things, why can't Rock? Why does Rock have to have this tag match to win their stipulation? Can't he just come down to the ring and say so? There's no reason for Rock to be wrestling here. And during the match all the time, like, it got broken down where there was a 10-minute, or maybe 5 or 6 minutes, but there was a big chunk where Rock and Seth go in one direction and out into the crowd. Roman and Cody go up the ramp and fight there, and they're out for, I don't know, 3, 5, 6 minutes, whatever it was. And then when they brawl and use garbage cans or whatever, they get to the ring and it's a regular tag match again. Like, it got really perplexing. And The Rock was cheating in front of the referee, and he said he could because I could fire you, and I get that. The whole bad guy, authority guy abusing his power during a match type of thing. So then why doesn't The Rock just say, hey, count really fast when I go to cover him? 1, 2, 3, I didn't understand The Rock's selective abuse of authority. He's only abusing his authority when it's convenient for the match, and then he plays by the rules when the faces are making a comeback, which is when he would want to abuse his power the most. God, it hurt my brain. I got very confused, and then I stopped trying to figure it out, and when this is very silly. Here's what I thought was going to happen. At one point, Cody had a very near fall on Roman. Cody probably hit his finish or something, I forget. Or maybe Seth hit his finish, I forget. The Rock pulls the referee out of the ring completely. I thought Rock was going to clobber the ref, and of course, this is very Attitude Era-ish, but look who we're dealing with. Triple H comes out, he's got a ref shirt on, and in the Attitude Era, if you owned a referee shirt, that qualified you to be a WWE official. Whatever. I thought they were doing that, and maybe they'll do it tomorrow on night 2, and this will age well, but I thought Triple H was showing up in the, or maybe to prevent, oh geez, did I just talk my way into it? Who cares? Yeah, maybe to prevent it tomorrow night, Triple H will now show up with a referee shirt, and yada, yada, yada. I don't know if they're going to do all that, how physical he can get, and this, that, and the other thing. But I thought they were going to do that. They did not. Oh, there's a lot of crazy back and forth, a lot of teases of Cody pinning Roman in this match. They did not. The biggest pop of this match and the biggest pop of the night, take notes, idiots jumping off the building through tables. Roman Reigns goes to spear Cody. Seth tackles Cody as if he's stopping him, from being hit by a moving bus. And Roman inadvertently spears The Rock, and the place lost their minds, and I lost my mind. Then Seth and Cody, and this never happens, in perfect stereo, in a one bump sound, they both give pedigrees to Rock and Roman at the same time. It's beautiful. It's just a thing of beauty. And they both pin the heels at the same time, both kick out, but they got me as though that's the finish. They made me go, oh no, that's the fit. Wow, they're gonna pin both heels like that. But that accidental spear on Rock, and of course it's got to be planting seeds for whatever is to come in the coming months or year. But I lost my mind, and I was falling asleep, and I was tired, and that woke me up and got me into the rest of the match. The sleepy part was the walk fighting across the arena. And yes, I did see Rock call a spot or two in that, by the way. But what happens? Anyway, The Rock does pin Cody Rhodes. He hits a rock bottom. He hits a people's elbow, which is kind of he should have just hit the rock bottom. Man, he didn't let Cody take his own bump at all. He went with him in that rock bottom. Rock did take a rock bottom from Cody through one of the announcer tables, by the way. And after that happens, Cody spears Seth through the barricade, which leaves Roman and Cody doing their preview of tomorrow and trading the finishes. And I think Cody must have kicked out of at least one spear or something. But something happened with a low blow and a spear, and then Cody did kick out. But then Roman eventually got Rock in there, and Rock beats Cody, and he taunts Mama Rose and whatever the hell, and we go off the air, and Cody's upset, and he's looking at Seth, and Seth is upset. And they mentioned a million times this screws Seth for tomorrow. I fully expect, watch this not age well, I fully expect Seth Rollins to lose to Drew McIntyre, and my prediction is they'll open the show with it. So they can say, never before has a guy or a lady, but in this case a guy who on this day dressed like a gay Sith Lord. He did. Never before has a guy closed night 1 and then opened night 2 of WrestleMania as little time as possible. I think they're going to do that, and the announcers will hit that talking point a bunch. Watch me be wrong, but that's what this is for. So there you go. That was night 1. Ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Becky and Rhea, I think it's a high point. The latter thing was the car crash we kind of knew. The Usos, I wasn't down since any days of this. Yikes. Yeah. The agony of the Yeet. Stop it. I'm incorrigible. Gunther and Sammy was a surprise. I'm going to stay optimistic about the outcome. I know a lot of people were immediately bitching about Sammy winning it on the Twitter machine. I'm going to stay optimistic because I thought this, in execution, it was so well done. I'm gonna try to be on the bright side of this. I'm not 100% convinced Sammy was the guy to end it yet, but hard work and tremendous work done by both guys, and I'm gonna stay on board and give this a double thumbs up and be like, okay, you got me. You got your hooks in me for this, so cool. I'm okay with Sammy and Gunther. I'm more than okay with it. I enjoyed it, and the show needed it, honestly. The show needed the wake-up. Sammy, Gunther, and the tag team main event were the matches, and notice it was the ones with the simplest moves and all the selling that got everyone invested. Who knew? Kudos to Bianca Belair, busting her ass, showing what an unbelievable athlete and workhorse she is, not just physically, but trying to get people excited and into the show again. I want to say that too. Jade Cargill did fine, did pretty good on her debut. I think time will tell. They're protecting her by having her do not too much, so that's fine, as well they should. It's not a critique at all. It's not a nitpick. It's just a note. It makes sense. So there you go. Night 1, peaks and valleys. That was my report of night 1 for WeatherMania.